Welcome back. I know a lot of you are planning to travel for Memorial Day weekend, so we are talking about more than 3.5 million Texans, and most of them are hitting the roads. Doug Shoup with AAA Texas joins us with what travelers need to know before heading out. Thank you for being here, Doug.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Okay, so AAA is projecting a record number of Memorial Day travelers in Texas. So what is driving that surge?
Well, what we're seeing is Texans are still, making travel a priority.
Yes, they are.
Even with the higher gas prices, and other travel costs are a bit higher this year as well. But what we're seeing is 3.7 million Texans still planning to travel from Thursday through Monday over Memorial Day weekend. And those are people who will be taking trips of 50 miles or more away from home. And what it tells us, the kids are out of school, mom and dad's off work, and most people make their travel plans long before they know what the gas prices are going to be heading into that holiday weekend. And that's why we're really still anticipating a very busy holiday travel weekend. And nationwide, we're anticipating about 45 million Americans taking some kind of trip for the Memorial Day holiday.
Well, more than 3 million Texans are expected to take that road trip. So which highways are expected to be the busiest? Because we do love the breakdown of the timing and the highways.
Yes, well, what we know is Thursday and Friday afternoons, particularly between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., will be the heaviest on our roadways. And the drive from Houston to Austin is going to be especially busy on Friday afternoon, and that's when the travel time could take up to 4 hours, more than a 50% increase from what it usually is.
That's right.
So, best bet is leave as early in the day as you possibly can. Wake up, have your coffee, and hit the road. The key is avoiding those afternoon rush hour times when, commuters are heading home from work and mixing on the road with the travelers who are heading in and out of town.
Exactly. So I have been monitoring gas prices for folks, and I do know, we've been tracking the edge up on that. So it's a whole lot more expensive than last Memorial Day, of course. So what are some practical ways that drivers can help save them some of that money this weekend when they're traveling?
Great question. Houston drivers now paying $4.01 for a gallon of regular unleaded, and that is $1.34 higher than last year at this time. So what that means is, to put it into perspective, someone with a typical mid-size sedan with a 14-gallon size fuel tank, they're paying more than $18 per fill-up today than they were last year. So what you can do is, download a gas savings app like the AAA mobile app. It's going to let you know wherever you are the gas stations that are selling for the least amount. Also, slow down, not just for your safety, but also for your wallet. Most vehicles will peak out at fuel economy around 50 miles per hour, and then that starts to drop the faster the vehicle moves. So if you reduce your highway speeds by 5 to 10 miles per hour, you can actually increase your fuel economy by up to 14%. And then also make sure that your vehicle is well prepared for that long trip, and that includes properly inflated tires. If you're driving on properly inflated tires, you're increasing your fuel efficiency by up to 3%. And then some general safety tips. Remember, slow down, move over. That is the law in Texas that requires you, if you see an emergency vehicle with its lights flashing at the side of the road helping someone, you must either get out of that lane closest to the emergency vehicle or slow way down when you pass it. Make sure every passenger is wearing their seatbelt, including yourself. Watch those speed limits again, and of course, never drive intoxicated. There's absolutely no excuse. We know it's a weekend to celebrate. Many people will celebrate with alcohol. Have a rideshare company, a designated driver, or plan to stay overnight wherever you celebrate.
Yeah, I mean, these are good safety tips. I know that I, in my traffic reports, talk about, check your tire pressure, but I love it when you come in and talk to us, because you have more time to explain the reasoning as to why I'm saying.
Yeah, and one example, last Memorial Day weekend, AAA came to the roadside rescue of more than 350,000 stranded drivers across the U.S. Now, the primary reasons why people will call AAA for help are dead batteries, flat tires, and then people getting locked out of their vehicles.
So
if you are planning, it's a lot. Yeah, if you are planning that long road trip and maybe you haven't tested that battery in a while, most batteries last 3 to 5 years. So if your battery's older than 3 years old, you might want to have it tested before you head out on the road trip too.
All right, Doug Shoup, thank you so much. We
Anytime,
always
Jen.
appreciate you coming in.
Great to see you.
Cheetah Craft has an update on our weather. Cheetah, I know today is the beginning of what you're going to see as a busy week.
Very much. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.